Iowa facing a second straight weekend of potentially heavy snow. The difference this time is, it's not exactly clear where that snow might fall. Well, good morning, everyone. Nick Weig here with you. Thanks for joining us. Well, for the second straight weekend, we're looking at a winter storm passing through the state of Iowa. But the difference with this one is, unlike the last one where we saw a very consistent forecast between track timing and snowfall between all the models, we're still not seeing that same level of consistency with this one. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the most highest resoluted model that we have, and that is the HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh. We're going to begin it here Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, just before sunrise. And as we move into the mid-morning hours, you can see by noon, snow pushing into western Iowa, moving rather quickly as this kind of northwestern to southeastern clipper kind of makes its way through. But unlike most clippers, this not only has a fair amount of moisture to work with, and with each passing model run, that moisture content has gone up. We're looking at much higher snow ratios than we saw for much of the snow last weekend. That means more snow can fall with less precipitation. And that means it's going to be a much fluffier, much more powderier snow. The good news is right now we don't expect any major wind problems to cause significant blowing and drifting. But you see that band of snow making its way across the state of Iowa tomorrow afternoon on Saturday, and before finally exiting the area early Sunday morning. Now, as we said, there hasn't been a lot of consistency so far as the storm totals, and we'll get to that in just a second. Right now, this is what our best guess is at the moment, and these are absolutely subject to change. These are just the areas with the highest probabilities for these particular snow amounts. One area of significant discrepancy is eastern Iowa, and so we're kind of erring on the side of caution, and where you see 2 to 4 inches, especially in eastern and southeastern Iowa, could go lower, could go significantly higher. It really depends, because as the system pushes its way across the state of Iowa, it's going to kind of lose a bit of punch in terms of moisture content, and so it's expected that snow totals will gradually decline as it pushes further to the east. Will that happen? How quickly that will happen will really depend on these totals. But for now, where you see that 4 to 7 inch bullseye, so to speak, that is where the greatest potential for more than 4 inches of snow exists right now, at least where we're seeing a little bit of consistency among the models. So these are very subject to change. Please keep that in mind as we continue to make our way through the coming 24 to 36 hours. Now, because of this uncertainty and the fact that as of right now, early Friday morning, we're still more than 24 hours out, the National Weather Service kind of erring on the side of caution right now. And so advisories are going to be kind of slow to move in. Right now, a winter weather advisory is in effect for far northwestern Iowa, where snow totals might be on the lighter side. The National Weather Service in Des Moines issuing a winter storm watch for much of central Iowa. Right now, they are advising, though, these are very subject to change as new model runs hopefully provide a little bit more agreement as to where that heavy snow will fall and where it will begin to taper off. The National Weather Service in the Quad Cities saying Friday morning that they're going to wait a little bit here, but we do anticipate that they will ultimately issue some type of advisory or watch by this afternoon. All of the offices seem to agree there is a potential for warning criteria snow of 6 inches or higher over part of this area. It's just not reliable. There's not a lot of confirmation in the models right now, as they're having a hard time pinpointing exactly how much snow will fall and where. Overall, the track seems to be in line with what we've been showing you, but it's just because of these high snow ratios and the uncertainty over the moisture content as it's passing from west to east across Iowa. So those are just some of the reasons why the models aren't doing as good of a consistent job with this storm track. And let's show you just how discrepant that can be. Take a look at this latest model run of potential snowfall, and you can see quite a bit of heavy snow forecast in some of the higher resoluted models for central and eastern Iowa, southeastern Iowa as well. That's something that could potentially happen, but there's just not a lot of confidence yet, and this is why. Take a look at this model run. You can see it severely limits the amount of snow that falls across eastern Iowa. And as we look at some other various model runs, some of them agree with that idea, while others may actually agree with the higher snowfall totals, and some that are really out to lunch, at least we think so, are moving all of the snow further to the north. So again, not a lot of agreement between these models, and that's really fueling the uncertainty. And that's why you're seeing the winter storm watch still in place for central Iowa, and why you haven't seen any advisories issued for eastern Iowa, because there's time and they really want to try and get this right. So those are the main concerns that we're dealing with this storm system, and it's just going to have to play out as it plays out. There's just not a lot of agreement, and there's not a lot of consistency, but we're going to continue to follow these updates. We'll try and post another update for you here this afternoon once some of the newer model runs come through over the next 12 hours. And then we do plan on bringing you live radar coverage throughout the day on Saturday and into Sunday as the snow is falling. Bottom line is, we do believe that there is going to be some difficult travel conditions on Saturday for much of the state of Iowa. It should not be as severe as what we saw last weekend, but it will be impactful. So if you do have weekend travel plans, you do want to keep advised the latest forecast, the latest road conditions, and we will bring you all that live on Saturday. Until our next update, thanks for joining us. If you like what we're doing here, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, as it helps support our efforts. Until next time, thanks for watching.